Didn't go live yesterday, but we'll go live this morning. Try to talk to the chat at least. Oh, I've been working a ton of overtime. We did a 14-hour day yesterday. We're going in early again today. I don't know if we'll stay late, but even what time we get off, liquor stores are pretty much closed, so we won't have any bourbon hunts till Monday at the earliest. But we normally don't even go out on Mondays, so we'll see. Working a ton of overtime, so we've been saving a ton of money because one, we're making money and we're not able to spend the money that we're making. Let's see how today goes though. What up, AJ? Yeah, we shaved. Turn my brightness up. Yeah, I do look young. What up, Daniel? Morning, Ryan. Yeah, I'm so freaking exhausted. Good morning, Sean. We're just doing a lot of overtime, so the more I work, the less I can buy bourbon and the more money we make. Not quite the case since we got a bottle on secondary that we just paid for, so that'll be on the way. We got a Willet Weeded 8 year for $180. Pretty excited about that. Having a backup of my bottle now. You can thank Dave Vogelsang for that first one because he gave me a sample of it. Really liked it. Felt like I had to go out of my way to buy it, and that's how I met Tyler. Tyler's been on stream and on video a couple times. I think it's time to get a second bottle now. I don't know how you guys are up this morning. Some of you guys were on the live last night with Matt from Whiskey Wisdom. Yeah, I got another Willet 8 year. Hardins Creek 109 proof. I have not tried that one. I'm assuming you're referring to like the Jacob's Pardon one. I've tried the Frankfurt, the Boston, and the Claremont. I think those are the only three I've been able to try. Seems like Hardins Creek's got quite a bit of stuff going on. I think that's all underneath Jim Beam distillate, though. That's part of their continuous distillation process at one of their pots. Just salt for $160. Lots of coffee. Yeah, normally we stop on the way into work. You know, we do a bourbon hunt and we're able to pick up stuff for work, but just going straight to work, we're not picking up nothing. We just got a bottle of water in our bag, so I'll have to pick up some stuff at the airport, which means we got to pay airport pricing. Sometimes we'll stop at a gas station on the way in. Those gas stations aren't much better than the airport. At least at the airport, I get an employee discount. Tell Edith the name of the car. Hope you enjoy Willet Wheat 8 year. I have not come across one for less than $250. My first one, we essentially paid like $175 for it, and it wasn't too bad. At that price, at least. I mean, you're talking 8-year-old whiskey. It's tough to say anything's worth over $200 at only 8-year age statement when you got stuff out there that's 10 years for a fraction of the price. I feel like some of it is the marketing because of the bottle. I don't think the bottle's anything too fancy, but it is definitely unique. But having a second one now for $180 to doorstep, that's about as much as I would pay for it anyways. It's already kind of paying too much, some would say. MSRP on those is pretty high though, so anytime I can snag one for less, I don't mind doing that. Headed into VA for a barrel pick Saturday. We'll see what they have. Pick you up a Murray Hill Special Release 4 if you see one. I think I did see someone that picked one of those up. Was it Sean that picked one up? Someone picked one up and was talking about it, and I saw like a picture or video, a little short clip of it, so I think I know what you're talking about. It's just Murray Hill Club, but it's got special like release written on the bottom of the sticker. And it's not small, like it's obvious that you'll know when you have the special release one. Yeah, we'll get about, I don't know if I'm going to stay late tonight. Probably not. I'm pretty tired. I want to get home at a decent hour. The only reason why we're going in early right now is wife already went to work, kids at his grandparents, so it's just me. No reason to just sit around at the house. Might as well just go into work, even though we're kind of tired. Get paid to sit around at work. Been making pretty good money. Our last paycheck, we had an extra $1,000 on it for 20 hours of overtime. And this next paycheck will have about 30 hours of overtime. So you're about to hunt myself, Vogelsang. Got the special edition Murray Hill. Oh yeah, Dave Vogelsang. Yeah, I bet he did. He's a pro hunter, man. You have a good day, Sean. I wish I could go hunting, but we're gonna drag our ass to work. Time to make some money. I don't have to go in early again. It's just I don't spend money at the liquor store if I go into work early, and I don't really have anything else to do. Might as well get paid to do it. I probably won't stay late tonight. I'll probably get off at 8:30 and be home by like 9:15. At least that's the goal. We'll see. I might decide to stay late tonight too. I don't normally stay on Sundays though. Sundays I normally go home on time. Last Sunday was kind of an exception, but we'll see. Sunday's actually the first day of the new pay period, so all the overtime I work today is what's going on to this next check. I hope it goes by fast as well, Sean. Like yesterday was a 14-hour day and it was long coming. What are my thoughts on the whiskey market cooling off? I don't necessarily feel like it's cooling off. Like, I think the prices have been raised so high by the distilleries that you're starting to see bottles sit. I'm also starting to think that you've got guys out there that are very in tune with the secondary market, and they know what a bottle's worth and what it's not. And with some of these prices, you're seeing bottles sit on the shelf a lot longer than they used to. I think you see a lot of new people getting into drinking that are starting to see some of these rare bottles and are still buying them, thus keeping the price high because they've never seen the bottle before, so they're willing to pay a price that no one else will because it's the first time they've ever seen the bottle. Michael Mortner's a 20-year sergeant, so he'll take the OT. So you can get it at his rate, yeah. So I don't know about it cooling off though. And you get a lot of these distilleries that have announced that they're going to start running additional rick houses. They're building new rick houses and they're up in production. Some of them are changing their production lines too. They're not just doing your normal bottlings. They're starting to do special releases too, so they can ask for even more money. And distillery release onlys are starting to kind of go away for some because they're trying to get better distribution. Some of them are still doing distillery release only, but it's a smaller, less popular bottle on the smaller distillers. The big ones, obviously, they're going to keep doing it because they get tons of money. People travel all over the world just to come visit their distillery. Roses are beginning are being picked. Pricks 150 for 13 year and 50 for a 10 year. Yeah. And then those 10 years, I think Victor was telling me they're going to start probably raising those up to maybe even as high as $80 for the 10 year. The 15 year that's supposed to be coming out this year, I think it's going to be $250 for the 15. So I don't know if it's cooling off though. I really don't. I think some people are just getting fed up with the prices and they're passing on bottles. I think one of the most prime examples of a bottle I picked up recently is Booker's. Booker's used to be under $100, and they kept raising the price over here. Specs was charging $99.99. Total Wine was charging $109.99, and everybody was just walking right past them. Like, we had boxes of Booker's sitting on the shelf. But that's the guys that are hunting that are walking past them. Some of the guys that I haven't never seen before or just walked in on a whim, they were picking those boxes up and buying them. I would refuse to pay that price anymore. So when I finally found one the other day at Goody Goody, and they went to like $85, $86 before taxes, that comes out to be about $90, $93 out the door. That's under $100. I picked it up for the 2024-01, the Springfield batch. So I think some of just the price is just too ridiculous on some of these bottles. You said skip that. I'll stick to the Beams Suntory then. Hey, some of those Jim Beam products, if you like that earthy, nutty, woody profile, Jim Beam hits it pretty well, and getting a higher proof like Booker's is a pretty good bottle. The problem is the price that they're charging for them. It's cooling off for the lower tier bottles. Still in high demand. I think even the lower bottles are in demand. I mean, I'm starting to see Buffalo Trace sit on the shelf, but I don't think I've ever seen E.H. Taylor Small Batch or Eagle Rare sitting on the shelf here. But what I will say on those is I've seen the price level out. So secondary, it's like $75 in my area for E.H. Taylor Small Batch, and your out the door price is $55 for most small batch on the MSRP side, I should say. So the margins have shrank on secondary, so a lot of people are skipping on them because they're not going to pick up the bottle just to make a $20 profit. A lot of these guys are trying to make double, triple, and quadruple their money. And $99.99 is just too high for Booker's. I passed at them at specs, and I'll pass at them again. Love Knob Creek 9, OGD 114. I'm thinking about getting into Overhold. Overhold's good. I am not a fan of Knob Creek 9. I think Knob Creek 12 is superior in all aspects, even though the price is higher. I think it's just better. It sucks that it's allocated. Morning, Michael from Beach Sand Bourbon. Doing all right. Just fighting fatigue, struggling through the overtime. Trying to get some extra money saved up for helping the wife get a new vehicle. I'm not sure how much it's going to cost us yet, but I figured every little bit helps. Should have an extra $1,000 on this check and then some. Maybe an extra $1,500. For minimal work, it's more of just having to be at work. At Knob Creek, in my opinion, I would skip the 9, buy the 12, and the 15 and the 18 if you see them. The price is just too high for the value that you're getting. Kind of like that Willet Weeded 8 year. You're just not getting enough value for it. There's better options out there. Haven't had Knob Creek 12 yet. Cheapest I've seen is 65. Don't know if that is MSRP. It's pretty close. Cheapest I've seen them is $61.99. So 65 is not bad. The more you make, the more that they take. I mean, not necessarily. It's a percentage for how much they take. I'm sure there's some kind of point of diminishing returns, but the tax rate goes up with the more hours. But you're still getting taxed only on the new money, not the other 20 hours of overtime I've done. It's the newer that you're getting taxed harder, heavier on, I believe. 15 is mediocre. I mean, I tried the 9, 12, 15, and 18. I had the 15 and 18 samples and the 9 and 12 I had on a video, and I did a comparison, and I still think the 12 is the best cost and value to flavor profile. That video did alright too. It got quite a few views, but it was more just to kind of inform some of you guys that, yeah, higher cost, higher age statement doesn't always equal better, even within a pretty, I would say, a pretty controlled test. I mean, a controlled test, I say, it's Knob Creek, so they're all the same. And between the years, the proof is all the same. The Knob Creek series is all 100 proof, unless you're getting one of the store picks or the selects. That's the only time the proof goes up or above 100. So 9 years 100 proof, 18 years 100 proof. So there's no proof difference, at least, between the age. Just a big price and age difference. Yeah, some of these states, man, the liquor controlled states and the distribution of allocated bottles, because Knob Creek 12 is allocated, is a pain in the ass. Just trying to get a bottle of whiskey and trying to find it where it's readily available. It's tough. That's kind of why the secondary market, in my opinion, still needs to hang around, because if it completely disappears, there's certain bottles that I've never seen and I probably never will see. I wish I had an answer for the distribution system, but depending on where the distillery is, depending on the money and who they have carrying their bottles, as far as like we have Andrews and Glaciers that do most of the distribution of our whiskey in our area, it's tough to find some of these in other states that'll do the same. The only reason why you haven't got one is the proof. Well, I mean, you would never get the 15, 18 in if you saw that those were 100 proof as well. Low proof doesn't always mean bad. I mean, some of these low proof ones are exceptional pours. An example of that, where you have some crazy high secondary markup and a pretty high MSRP, is Michter's 10 year. I mean, Michter's 10 year is like 93, 94 proof, and I think it's worth almost every penny on secondary, which is a pretty bold statement, since I don't like paying full secondary for anything. But having a sample from Mr. Dave Vogelsang on that one, I don't know which one it was. I know it was a Michter's 10. I don't know what year, and I don't know which. I think it was a 2023, but I don't know what batch. I know they have like an A, B, C, and I think like a D and even an E batch maybe. Really, really good. The Jewel by Me had 9 to 15 lined up. Michigan sucks for prices as well. Yeah, some of these places, man, it's the prices. They're like mom and pop stores that just nickel and dime you by charging 2 times secondary, and it's like, who's paying that? Get more in Texas than we get in Maryland. I get a lot more than a lot of people, and I am lucky in that aspect. Between here, the Houston area, and then there's like one other area, I think that they have 3 massive drops throughout the year, between Specs, Total Wine, and like Goody Goody, and even WB participates. There's normally a couple days where we have just everything and anything drops all at once. You passed on the 10 for the toasted, and I regret it. Yeah, no, I would have picked up the 10. Barrel strength toasted, though, I mean, that's pretty tempting, but a 10 year, in my opinion, is just better. Oh, the rye, toasted rye. I gotta try that one. I got a sample of that. I want to say Daniel's the one who sent that to me too. I'm just behind. I have like 87, 88 samples. I've been slowly drinking them as I can, but I'm so far behind. I needed to do a couple live streams at the house where we're just drinking samples. Doing the math on that, though, you know, you got like 80 plus samples at 2 ounce pours. That's 160 ounces. There's like 26 to 27 ounces per 750 milliliter bottle. I've essentially got about 3.5 bottles of worth of sample liquor sent to me. So pretty impressive. Yeah, I haven't touched that toasted sample. It's sitting right on my desk. I normally put samples away in a box. I don't have a box to put them away in anymore, so it's sitting front and center on my desk. So every time I sit down on my computer, I'm looking right at it. I did finish that Sagamore Maple Cast. That went down super easy. I would love to do some videos on these again. I used to do some reviews even with samples, but I just don't have time for that. I wish I could get back into it. I had fun doing the reviews. They didn't do too well on the channel, but they did well in serving a purpose for me to help me and remind me on what's worth buying and what's not. At least for my profile. It is a great problem to have, but 2-ounce samples are almost too much because I get about 4 pours out of that. I only do like half-ounce samples for tastings. So lately I've been trying to drink them and put them on ice after I've had a good tasting of at least an ounce of it. I like to see the flavor profile change with that temperature change and the dilution from the ice melting. Need to just start inviting more people over too. Get more people over the house, have them help me drink some of these samples. I try to share samples, especially if it's something very special or unique. I don't see why I'm the only one that has to try it. Well, we made it to the parking lot. Let's see if we can go find some parking space and get into work and get clocked in at goals to get clocked in at 9 a.m. so we can get an extra 3 hours on the front end of our shift. We'll see how this goes. Appreciate the Thomas H. Haney sample. Well, yep, there's no one else getting a Thomas H. Haney sample because we bottle killed that. We had Riley and Tyler there when we bottle killed that, so that was a good time. I like sharing those bottles. My very first BTAC bottle killed it, and it was bottle killed with friends. Trying to find parking guys working out here is just horrendous. Summertime, you got tons of flight crew that park out here. You got tons of guys working. A lot of people doing overtime to help with the summer rush, so there's just no parking half the time. It's so freaking annoying. I don't even mind parking far out walking, it's just finding a parking space. I want to say there's like 5,000 or 6,000 people that work at this airport, not on any given particular day, but just in general. Alright, we got some parking out here, perfect. Parking in the back row, because it doesn't even matter. We do all this overtime, we just move our vehicle at the end of the night into the garage and we're getting paid to move our vehicle. Can't complain. Here we go. Alright, let's show you guys where some of this stuff is out here. The back side, the employee side that most people don't get to see. Oh. Backpack straps backwards, there we go. This is the James Brown of Whiskey Tube, the hardest working whiskey tuber. I don't know about that. I'm at work a lot. I don't know about working hard though. Yeah, look how big this freaking parking lot is. So that's one lot. There's another lot like on the other side. That lot goes all the way down for probably about, I'd say at least half a mile. And then it comes over here and you got even more parking lot. And then on the other side of that road, there's another parking lot. And all of that is employee lot. So, and this is just the south lot. There's a north employee lot as well. So we all have to park out here in the boonies. Then we gotta walk to the bus, take a bus into work. And technically there's even more parking, but some of these guys, they have to pay, or their company has to pay. Some of them can park inside. They have special lots there too. Thank you, Daniel. Yeah, Dave, I don't know if you picked up on it, but we ordered another Willet Weeded 8-year, so that should be on the way. We found one for $180. $180 shipped. Pretty happy about getting another bottle. Got to thank you for that sample on the why I even picked up a bottle in the first place, which was nice because that first bottle's how I met Tyler. Getting a backup now. We're going into work though, so I just figured I would do a quick live since we didn't go live yesterday for the hunt. We're not hunting today because we're going to be at work, but give you guys a little bit of an explanation. And on Monday we'll be doing a giveaway. So Monday night, probably around 7:30, 8 p.m. Central Time, we're going to be doing a giveaway. We're going to be giving away bottles and samples. So I hope to see you guys there, and I'll see you guys for the next one.